Okay, so this video is called, well, this is my list of my favorite comic book movies. I dwindled it down from about 45 or 60. Some of them I have never even seen before, but I still included them in my list. Maybe I'll watch them and change the list a little bit, but anyway, so let's watch what everybody thinks is number one of all time. Let's see if this works here. Okay, so this is what's supposed to be number one of all time, but on my initial list, this made it to number 12 on my list. So maybe I'll do another video that goes more in depth on them. But my problems with Dark Knight, I thought the beginning when he had to go get Lao from Taiwan or Hong Kong maybe, wherever it was. I thought there was too much of that, and I thought the ending with the boats at the end was too much. And then him finding the Joker like in that tall building and how he's got to get him. I didn't like that, but I liked a lot of the rest of it. I thought it was, it's really good, and Heath Ledger is awesome. The music's awesome. Everybody does a really good job here. I just think maybe the story focus, building the entire world, wasn't something that I was really interested in those parts I just mentioned. Let's see here. Avengers, that's number 13 on my list. So everybody's probably has Avengers in their top 5. Avengers is 13. Iron Man, that's my favorite Iron Man movie. That's 14th on my list. I love Iron Man. But the end of that one, there's him versus the bigger Iron Man. Jeff Bridges' character. Ichabod Crane, whatever his name is. Let me see here. 16 was Batman Begins. Can't figure what I put down for 15 here. DP. Deadpool. Deadpool was the 15th favorite. Maybe that'll go up higher as the years go on, but right now it's number 15. Batman Begins is 16. That was really great. I don't know about the whole train sequence at the end, but really good. 17 is Dredd. If you've never seen the remake, or not the remake, but the retelling of Dredd with Carl Urban, that's pretty amazing. 18 is the X-Men 1 film. I like that a lot more than X2. Parts of it, anyways. The Wolverine parts I liked a lot more. But overall, I think X2 is a better film, and that's way higher on my list. Days of Future Past would be 19. And I don't have a 20. So I got a top 19. So there's that. I guess I'll go over the rest with you. 11 would be Incredibles. That's a really good movie. And Samuel Jackson's character is one of my favorites in that movie. Spider-Man, the original with Tobey Maguire, that's number 10. The problem with that film is I didn't like the battle at the end with Green Goblin. I thought that could have been a little bit better. It looked a little bit too... It didn't look like they spent as much time on that part of the movie as they did everything else. Kingsman is my number 9 favorite. If you haven't seen Kingsman, you got it. There's one scene, the church scene, where you all of a sudden, you're going to think it's a really good movie, then all of a sudden you're going to say to yourself, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen. You just will. It'll just kick in. Sin City is my number 8 favorite comic book movie. Jeez, why isn't that higher? That's a really great film. X-Men 2 is my number 7. Didn't like I thought that the beginning of X-Men 1 was better than the beginning of X-Men 2. However, X-Men 2 it's hard to beat that. Getting the gang together in X-Men 2 and keeping them together while they're on the run, that was really neat. Superman 2 is my 6th favorite comic book movie of all time. That's a little bit hokey nowadays, but it gets a lot of points for being what it was at the time. And the villain in Superman 2 is shoot, look at the list that we've got so far. The villain, Terrence Stamp, is just as good as Zod as Heath Ledger was as the Joker. Let's see here. There aren't any other... So far on this list, Heath Ledger and Terrence Stamp, I think, are the best villains of all time. Batman with Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. Wow. Let me see if I can bring that one up. Let me see if I can bring that up right now. Batman trailer. That movie is amazing. Let's bring it up right now. That's my number 5 favorite superhero movie of all time. Number 4, that would be Captain America Winter Soldier. Amazing film. Great bad guys. Great fighting. Great reveals at the end. Number 3, it's another X-Men film, First Class. This doesn't get the credit it deserves. They rebooted this thing and they made it work. And the villain is awesome. The Magneto and Professor Xavier, amazing. The Crow is my number 2 of all time. This is, it's almost in the same world of Batman, Dark, and what a great film. There's so many problems with making the film, and the job that they did overall is just amazing. My favorite word, by the way, amazing. Last but not least, the number 1 movie of all time, my favorite anyways, when it comes to comic book movies. Let's see if I can find it here. There it comes. This movie, if you haven't seen it, this movie has 7 or 8 villains in it, and they're all awesome. Most movies have trouble making one villain, but this movie's got at least 7, and they're amazing. The soundtrack, the directing, the acting, just amazing. So, it's my number 1. Maybe I'll do another one later and go more into depth in all of these, but that's my list. Hey, Macaulay Culkin, his brother, Kieran. Anyways, I've taken too much of your time. What do you think? Am I off my rocker? Thanks. Bye.